And now the Cornhuskers. Nebraska 12-0, the Big 12 champions, having defeated Texas A&M in the Big 12 championship game in San Antonio on December 6th. The junior from South Lake, Texas, puts his foot to the ball, and the final game of this college football season is underway with a touchback. 60-year-old Tom Osborne in his final game as Nebraska coach. So many memories from the Orange Bowl. In recent years, they've been sweeter memories. Peyton Manning in his final game. He holds every passing record at the University of Tennessee. And Manning checking on the first play from scrimmage. He throws on target, close to a first down. Marcus Nash.
Spencer Riley, number 68, the left guard, he was the culprit. He was working against Jason Peter, number 55.
First and 22. The quick hitter caught for a short gain. Out across the 12 goes Peerless Price, tackled by Erwin Sweeney. Jamal Lewis out to the 14-yard line. The true freshman, leading freshman rusher in the nation this season, averaging 114 yards per game. Tripped up by Tony Ortiz. Great front four on defense for Nebraska. Grant Wistrom won the Lombardi Award. Jason Peter is an All-American. Wilson Rucker, the rest of the front. The linebackers are Jay Foreman between Tony Ortiz and Octavius McFarland. The leading tackler on the defense is the rover Mike Brown. Ralph Brown, the right corner. Erwin Sweeney, the true freshman at left corner. And Eric Warfield at free safety. Third down and 16. Shovel pass. Sean Bryson to the 20 and tackled by Jay Foreman. 10 yards short of the first down. The holding penalty really hurt. Chris Hogue ready to punt now into that 14-mile-per-hour breeze. It should be excellent field position for Nebraska on its first possession. Hogue, what a kick into the breeze. A boomer sends Bobby Newcomb back to the 20. That rolls inside the 5, and it looks like it will stop near the 2. What a kick by Hogue! He wasn't even the starting punter at the beginning of the year. He was the backup, but the freshman David Leverton had trouble. Scott Frost, hands off. Joel Makovica stopped with very little, perhaps a half yard. The Nebraska quarterback is Scott Frost, the senior from Wood River, Nebraska. Started his career at Stanford after 2 seasons there. Transferred back to his home state university, and this year he became the 10th quarterback in Division 1A history to pass and rush for more than 1,000 yards in the same season. Chris McCoy of Navy also accomplished that feat this year. Frost keeps on the option. Out across the 3, and that's all. Torrey Noel, the strong safety. On 3rd and 9, Frost has a man open. It's too high. He was looking for the tight end, Sheldon Jackson. Jonathan Brown applied some pressure on Frost and forced a hasty throw. Terry Fair has the same injury as Peyton Manning, a bursa sac injury. Back to receive the punt from Jesse Cush. And his first punt is a beauty, but he had the aid of the breeze. Fair bobbled it. Retreated all the way back to the 33. And he is stopped at the 37-yard line. A 56-yard punt by Cush, and the punters are the story. More than 11,000 yards passing in Manning's career. Only Todd Santos and Ty Detmer have thrown for more in college football. Bryson, as we mentioned, the fullback, is an excellent receiver.
They have some younger type players in that secondary.
2 sophomores and a true freshman, the starters. Quick pass, and it didn't go anywhere. Peerless Price wrapped up immediately by Octavius McFarland.
Wants to make Nebraska defend the entire field, so he bunches receivers here, throws it outside, but watch the closing speed of the red shirts. That is why Nebraska is one of the better defenses in the country. They can run to the football.
3rd down and 12. Manning's 4 for 4. but for only 13 yards. He's under pressure. Short pass. And Derek Edmonds, the reserve fullback, is thrown down immediately. Again, Erwin Sweeney in on the stop for Nebraska.
The Tennessee offensive line has got to keep Peyton Manning clean. That's not a sack, but it's a little bump. And who knows with that knee of his, they've got to make sure they keep him clean all night long.
Well, what can Chris Hogue do again? He can boom another one. High punt taken by Bobby Newcomb, the true freshman. He started at the 12. He's driven back at the 22-yard line. Ball came out, but he was ruled down by contact. A 51-yard punt. And a 10-yard return for Newcomb. And obviously, that's a big blow to Nebraska. Makavika averages 6.5 yards per carry. But Billy Legate moves in at fullback, number 40. He's blocking for Amon Green. Raynoch Thompson made the tackle for Tennessee. Amon Green, second leading rusher in the nation this year, behind Ricky Williams of Texas. Makavika got the start at fullback. Lance Brown, Jeff Lake, and Tim Carpenter, who is not a pass receiver, at tight end. And an outstanding offensive line. Aaron Taylor was the winner of the Outland Trophy this year. Eric Anderson, the tackle, first team All Big 12. 4 fifth-year seniors and the junior Josh Heskew at center. 2nd and 9. Frost chopped down behind the line of scrimmage by Raynoch Thompson. Frost on 3rd down. Hit as he threw. Open the tight end, Sheldon Jackson. He's short of a first down out of the 29. Corey Gaines made the tackle.
They are matching up very well early in the game, and the more they can put pressure on Scott Frost right there, that's going to help him as the game goes along. Get Scott behind the down and distance, make him a throwing quarterback, take him out of what he does the best, and that's running.
Bear waiting for the punt from Cush. Cush came to Nebraska as a walk-on, and that was not a very good punt. Down at the 37-yard line. A 36-yard punt by Cush. People are thinking about that SEC team, Florida, getting hammered 2 years ago by Nebraska. Another flag down. Manning trying to stretch the defense, throws incomplete, looking for Marcus Nash. He was well covered. The ground game with the emergence of Lewis. Here is Lewis fighting for a couple out to the 43, tackled there by Jason Peter.
Peyton Manning when you're a running back.
2nd down, Lewis trying to get outside. He has a great combination of power and speed, and he's across midfield. Ball the 49 of Nebraska. Manning with time as a receiver. First down at the 31-yard line. Andy McCullough. Derek Edmonds now in at fullback, leading the way for Lewis. Good cut back to the inside, and Jason Peter helped drive him back. Jason Wiltz, the other defensive tackle, also at the bottom of the pile. 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. No score. The fade incomplete. He was looking for David Martin, a true freshman. Now 3rd down and 7. Neither team has converted on 3rd down tonight. Manning again with plenty of time, and that's caught for a first down. Sean Bryson. The pitch to Lewis. Bryson leading the way. Lewis hit hard and fumbled. And Nebraska has recovered. Ralph Brown knocked it out, and Mike Rucker recovered the fumble at the 21-yard line. What a hit by Brown. Then Rucker pounced on the football.
I said earlier that you're always concerned about field position and turnovers. That's what you preach to your team in the locker room before the opening kickoff. Jamal Lewis, a young player, just didn't have the ball put away quite tight enough, and consequently Ralph Brown gets off the block, makes a great tackle, the ball's loose, Nebraska recovers.
Tennessee showing blitz. They're up near the line. Amon Green out across the 25 to the 26. Now one back look from Nebraska. And Green was hit immediately from behind. Excellent penetration by the Volunteers.
It's disruptive to the offense. That is what they're doing effectively.
Play action fake to Green. Frost throws. Man open. Caught. First down, Nebraska. Sheldon Jackson across midfield with the first down of the night for the Huskers.
Tight end at Nebraska. He's going to come from this side of the screen, drag across the field. It's a nice counter pass by Nebraska. All of the Tennessee defense flowed one direction. Frost comes away from that flow, finds Sheldon Jackson. Great hand placement and concentration by the big tight end.
Joel Makovica back on the field for Nebraska. He got the carry. Tom Osborne gives the opponent just about every formation, just about every play out of every formation. It's amazing to watch them practice. Here's Frost throwing, on target again. Matt Davison, the true freshman from Tecumseh, Nebraska.
Well, Tom Osborne's been in a lot of big games, and he knows when you're playing against a fired-up defensive team that's really penetrating and flying to the ball, counter them. Play-action pass and counter plays, and that's exactly what that was, a play-action counter pass that was effective.
Nebraska starting to get in rhythm after the fumble by Lewis. Frost throws, looking deep. It is caught by Newcomb and bodies out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Tackled by Torrey Noel. 21 yards on the throw by Frost to Newcomb.
It's a play-action pass. They make it look like option. Then Frost jumps back. Newcomb runs it inside post corner route. He runs to the post and then back outside. The ball is thrown where either he catches it or no one catches it.
The option, he had to pitch it. It's Shevin Wiggins inside the 5 and down near the goal line.
Famous option play for Nebraska. Scott Frost takes the hit but dishes the ball off just beautifully. Scott Frost, half the time when you watch him play on the option, he doesn't even look where he's pitching the ball. He just flicks it out there, knows his wingman is with him.
Amon Green, short of the goal line. He was stopped by Leonard Little. His great skill as a game coach. His many adjustments. Up and over and in for a touchdown. Amon Green makes it 6-0 Nebraska.
Watch the fullback, Billy Legate, number 40. He takes the place of Makovica. He's the lead blocker on the play. He's the one that isolated on the linebacker. Right there, number 40. He knocked Leonard Little out of the hole, which enabled Amon Green to score the touchdown.
Chris Brown out of the hole to Ted Retzlaff. Chris Brown bounces it down the field. Nice hop for Cedric Wilson, the true freshman. He's in trouble and stopped short of the 20-yard line. Knocked down to the 17. Mark Levine now the tailback. He's out to the 21.
He got hit from the behind there.
Levine again. Big hole. Mark Levine breaks free. Good move on Warfield, and he's tackled out at the 48-yard line by Carlos Polk. Play action fake, a good one by Manning. He throws into coverage, and it's almost intercepted by Mike Brown.
For Nebraska, he read Peyton Manning's eyes. Peyton Manning was looking where he was throwing. Brown made a great break on the ball, very close to an interception that could have gone the distance had he been able to hang on to it.
The Arizona High School Player of the Year as a senior. He won the award as the best running back in the state and also the best defensive back. Manning. That pass deflected and intercepted by Eric Warfield. Warfield at the 30 and tackled from behind at the 25-yard line by Sean Bryson.
But Peyton Manning throws a hot ball here. This ball is an underneath route, and it needs to be a little bit lower and a little softer. It's a little bit hot. I don't say that Jermaine Copeland shouldn't have caught it, but it wasn't an easy catch.
Third interception of the season for Warfield, the only senior starter in the secondary for Nebraska. He hails from Texarkana, Arkansas.
Jermaine Copeland, number 6. He comes across the formation on a little drag route. The ball certainly should have been caught. I would say, though, I've seen it on practice fields for 29 years. The ball, when it's a little bit high or a little bit hot.
And is heading to the locker room for Nebraska. He's a backup linebacker. Frost on first down. Keeps and gets drilled right at the line of scrimmage. What a first half Raynoch Thompson is having. 178 yards for a score. Now at the interception, they're at the 26. Newcomb in trouble behind the line and thrown for a loss by Jonathan Brown. Play the reverse. Quarterback draw, Frost trying to get outside. 2 flags thrown at the feet of offensive linemen. Nebraska back at the 39-yard line. Frost setting up a screen to Green. Leonard Little pulls him down from behind. Son of a former Husker. His father, Bill, was a defensive back on their 70 and 71 national championship teams. Jesse hangs it up high. Oh, another fumble! And a touchdown for Nebraska.
This punt, I was about to say, what a terrific stop by the Tennessee defense. What a job they did on defense. But the muff punt.
I wonder if Homer will continue at fair as the punt returner. He's had a tough time hanging on lately. Makovicka breaks tackles. He's inside the 10. Makovicka still out of the game. The fullback is Billy Legate. Frost pitches to Green. Green dragged down at the 10-yard line by Torrey Noel.
They're able to run laterally down with that option play and chase it down.
Green second in the nation in rushing this year behind Ricky Williams. Frost pitches. Here's Chevin Wiggins again inside the 10. Touchdown!
This is the option play that Nebraska ran at the other end of the field that came up just short of the touchdown. Frost comes, fakes to the fullback, comes outside, and now all of a sudden finds Chevin Wiggins, his wingman, pitches the ball. Tennessee doesn't have enough support in the secondary. He goes into the end zone clean.
Chris Brown, still perfect this year in PATs. 64 for 64. He bounces it. The short kick taken by Brian Darden, a backup running back. And quality field position for the Volunteers as Darden brought it out to the 38-yard line. Kraft earned at least a share of the national championship. Voters have been flip-flopping all year. Jamal Lewis back in the game. 2 hands around the ball as he dove to the 43-yard line where he was chopped down by Mike Brown. On 2nd and 5, Manning. Flag thrown as Marcus Nash has a first down at the play stands. Erwin Sweeney made the tackle. Manning takes the draw, throws, nice catch. His receiver helped him there, Jermaine Copeland. Marcus Nash, the motion man, lobbed out to Lewis. And he's bounced out of bounds after a short gain. Tony Ortiz put the hit on Lewis.
And they have plenty of speed on this squad.
Lewis down to the 30-yard line. Big third down. 6 yards to go for a Volunteer first down. Tennessee trails 14-0. Manning throws short of a first down. We'll see where the forward progress is spotted. Mike Brown put the hit on Jermaine Copeland. Benson Scott is the holder. That is right down the middle, and Tennessee is on the board with 8:28 remaining in the first half. Griffin had to hold the ball. Chevin Wiggins has a seam, spins out across the 30 and goes down at the 34-yard line. From the 34, Frost hands it off. Green, tackled by Raynoch Thompson. He managed to break through the tackle for an extra couple of yards.
When he's in the game, Nebraska's a different offensive team than when he's on the sideline.
He's in the game now, blocking for Green, who squirts across the 45 with a first down for the Cornhuskers. The option, Frost keeps. Gain of 3 to the 49. Frost has 2 wide receivers to the right. He keeps and gets across midfield, run down again by Darwin Walker, a backup tackle. Corey Gaines also in on the play. Big third down and 5. Frost went spinning into difficulty and then escaped. Now he throws for a first down. Sheldon Jackson down to the 34-yard line. 14 yards on the game. Pay the price.
Well, I mentioned that play-action passing. That's exactly what this was. Coach Osborne came back with a play-action pass. Darwin Walker with tremendous pressure, but great players make big plays, and that's what Scott Frost did. He got off the hook and found an open receiver for the first down.
Just inside the 35. Frost down the middle. Newcomb dropped the ball. Had he caught it, in all likelihood would have been 6 points. He was behind Torrey Noel, and the pass hit him in stride.
And ran right down the field working on Noel. The ball is just maybe an inch or two long, but certainly should have been caught, or if Bobby Newcomb did anything, maybe lay out for that ball to come up with that reception.
2nd and 10. Frost keeps, and he's run down from behind.
Tennessee has the speed defensively to counter this offense.
Frost throwing on the run, and it is incomplete. It's short-hopped. Kenny Cheatham, and in the SEC championship game, he's back there. Might not have to worry about that one. It's a little long. Landed in the middle of the end zone, a touchback. As quarterback of the University of Tennessee, Lewis up the middle. That's 5. We're moving against the 5th best defense in the nation in total defense. Manning in the flat, and it's incomplete. Low ball, looking for Andy McCullough. Manning under pressure, has a man in the flat and went through the hands of Lewis. A little bit high. Warren was putting the heat on Manning.
Came up the middle of the Tennessee offensive line this time, working against Trey Teague, number 70. It's one of the first times tonight.
Running with the wind this time. He picked 2 beauties against the wind, and here's another cannon shot. Newcomb back to the 20. And he stopped at the 31-yard line. A 55-yard punt by Hogue in the Fiesta Bowl received 40% of the votes. Among 16 choices, Amon Green slipped down as he tried to cut upfield. Al Wilson was coming quickly for Tennessee. In the nation in rushing. Having a tough time tonight against this very quick Tennessee defense. Frost on the run. The receiver upended. Newcomb draws the flag. He collided with Torrey Noel.
Right in the slot. When Newcomb breaks outside, Noel takes him by the shirt and tried to hold him. Scott Frost saw it. He wanted. He saw it.
Given a 5-yard penalty instead of the walk-off out to the spot of the 44. Green up the middle. Now a flag thrown where you would expect offensive holding.
Guarantee this is going back another 10 yards from the spot of the foul. In a conversation with him, and you do as a coach. It affects you.
Shovel pass to Green. Green trying to turn the corner. He does. Amon Green back into Tennessee territory. First down and much more. All the way to the 36 of the ball.
Instead of the back being on the upfield of the quarterback, it's underneath. And the quarterback, Frost, just shovels it to Amon Green. He gets a great block by Bobby Newcomb, number 12, the wide receiver. And Amon Green is a very powerful back, and he'll punish you rather than run out of bounds. He'll run right through you.
Nebraska at the Tennessee 36. Green cuts back. Green delivering a blow, and then he got knocked down by Leonard Little. Terry Fair had the first hit low.
Watch the Outland Trophy winner. Well, there's some hitting going on down there, Sean.
2nd and short. 2 yards to go for Nebraska first down. Green to the 26. It will be close. Bill Duff and Anthony Hampton combining on the stop. This beautiful new facility, Pro Player Stadium. Jay Sims now in as the I-back for the Huskers. Frost pitches to Sims, and he's out of bounds.
Than they did earlier in the game. They have better field position, playing with more confidence.
Sims still the I-back. The give to Makovica. Short game. Al Wilson wrapped him up. And it's still Sims the I-back. They hand it off to Wiggins, and he is close to a first down.
You're going to go ahead and run this and not even think twice about it, whether you make it or not.
The guaranteed field goal for Brown is made 16 in a row, but the first down is almost an automatic, as Terry suggests. Given the prowess on the ground by Nebraska, and it was Frost, and the keeper.
This is a stack eye.
And it's Frost. He ran into trouble and put it on the ground, and it is still free. And Tennessee has recovered. First turnover of the night by Nebraska, and a big one. Combined to level Scott Frost and knock the ball loose.
Well, Scott Frost on the option just gets stripped. It's just a great play by Terry Fay.
Annually the best halftime show, all the bowl games. Lewis up through a big hole. Look at him power his way across the 40.
I think Tennessee may take a shot down the field with 26 seconds left in the half here.
Why not? Now that they're at the 42. Manning hit as he throws. That might be a compelling argument. Why not?
Because Tennessee's line has done a reasonable job tonight, giving Peyton Manning plenty of time. But on this particular play, Grant Wistrom coming on an inside stunt puts tremendous pressure on Peyton. And like you say, you worry about that knee as the game.
Second and 10. Peter got through, but the pass is caught by Marcus Nash. Nash hit hard, but he held on at the 40. And Tennessee looking to the sideline to see if
for the field goal team. Peyton Manning under real pressure there by Jason Peter, number 55.
If they go over the middle, they'd have to get up very quickly to spike.
Get out of bounds.
Oh, he stayed inbounds and lunges for a first down. The one break for Tennessee could be that it's close to a first down. They should at least stop the clock for a measurement here. The officials conferring and the half ends.
Get the ball out of bounds so your coaches and players can have one more shot at a field goal or at the touchdown.
No question about that. Let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
All right, with Tom Osborne, well, turnovers have certainly been key. 3 by the Vols have led to 14 points for you, but one there before the half really changed the momentum a bit.
Yeah, that was a big play because it looked like we could really get up on them pretty good there. But, you know, it's been a while since each team's played. It's been 3-4 weeks, and sometimes you see that. But hopefully we can take better care of it in the second half.
What's been the difference between your offense being able to drive and not being able to drive?
Well, I think we threw the ball a few times there and got them off our backs, and that helped a little bit. So we're going to have to mix it up.
Coach, good luck.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Here's Jeff Hall with the kickoff. And a good boot with the wind. And it'll be down to the back of the end zone.
For as many yards, more yards, they've rushed for 80. Nebraska only 69. They're the #1 rushing team in America.
Nebraska on the ground on the first play of the second half, and Amon Green. It was Texas A&M that held them, quote unquote, to 335 in the Big 12 championship. Frost, a late pitch, but right on target. And Amon Green,
which is just a tremendous job by that defense.
On 1st and 10, Green cuts back and lunges forward off the hit of Corey. 5 or 6 hours a day in the training room for Peyton Manning have certainly paid off. His knee is held up well. Makovica rumbling into the secondary. Terry Fair trying to collar him, and finally he did at the 41-yard line of Tennessee.
At Nebraska, then the 49ers. It's just a little roll play to the fullback. He finds the seam behind the big offensive line, breaks a tackle, spins out, and then drags Tennessee for the first down. This is a walk-on, a former walk-on, one of the famous Nebraska walk-ons.
His brother Jeff was Nebraska's starting fullback in 1995. Frost keeps Raynoch Thompson, who's been in and out of the game with a sprained ankle.
Boy, and certainly Nebraska's best blocking fullback. He does so many things for Nebraska.
Nice block by Billy Legate, who took over for Makovica at fullback. He cleared a path for Amon Green.
Tennessee, this is why tailbacks can cut flat back. He really makes a tremendous block, which opens that hole.
And one long drive in the first half, a 78-yard touchdown drive. They're marching here. That play goes to the 20 for Amon Green. Second down and 7. Out of the shotgun. They love quarterback draw out of the shotgun. And Frost is very close to a first down. From the 13, 1st and 10. Newcomb. Bobby's down at the 5. He lunged ahead to move the ball toward the 4. Frank Solich will be the new head coach after this game. Says he will get a look at Newcomb at quarterback to replace Frost in the spring.
Well, and you can certainly understand that, Sean. He's one of the fastest guys on Nebraska's team. Advantage of the fast flow of Tennessee's defense.
Green following Joel Makovica's block. Green has the first down and kept it a secret. 11th play of the drive, and it is stopped at the goal line. Leonard Little put the pop on Amon Green.
The athletic director agreed with the decision.
Frost up and over and in for a touchdown.
Has come out in the second half and reestablished the line of scrimmage. Scott Frost in there by at least a yard and a half behind the big left guard, Aaron Taylor, the center, number 59, Josh Heskew.
On for the extra point. And it is good. And the lead is 21-3 for the Cornhuskers. Tennessee about to get the ball for the first time. In the second half, Cedric Wilson took Chris Brown's kickoff at the goal line. Nice moves to get across the 20. And now he powers out to the 27. Nice return by Wilson on the opening drive of the half after 69 yards rushing the entire first half. Jamal Lewis out to the 29 on 2nd and 8. And they show patience with the run, but it yields nothing that time. 3 wide receivers, no tight end for Tennessee. Manning running out of time. He's sacked by Mike Rucker. The first sack of Manning tonight.
Mike Rucker, the left defensive end, number 84. He runs a little inside stunt move. He's the one that comes underneath, slips on a little crack in the Tennessee line there to sack Peyton Manning. Peyton just never had time to get that arm cocked and get the ball down the field.
Now Chris Hogue with his worst punt of the night. But he did get a good bounce. Hogue averaged 61 yards per punt on 3 punts. Nebraska on offense for the second time in the second half. They stay on the ground. It's Amon Green with running room again. Out to the 35. Terry, obviously just before the break, you didn't have a chance to finish your thought about the Nebraska offense. Green up the middle, and he ran into Raynoch Thompson.
If their own offense hadn't turned it over, I'm not sure Nebraska would have scored in the first half.
Frost picked it at the last second. Look out! Amon Green with 1 man to beat. And he could not beat him. Terry Fair made the touchdown-saving tackle at the 21-yard line of Tennessee. A 43-yard pickup for Green.
He gets the ball pitched. Sometimes he never even looks. This time he does. He lays it off perfectly. Makovica leading the way. And Amon Green, the speedster, gets a crack in the defense and then just turns it downfield.
He now has 113 yards rushing. Makovica weaving his way to the right.
It's not penetrating quite as much as they were able to in the first half.
Green up the middle. A lot of tired-looking arm tackles from the defensive front now for Tennessee.
And 68 or 70 of them are going to be runs.
Frost keeps. Frost, touchdown!
In the second half, this is a designed quarterback keep. He follows the tailback, Amon Green. He's the only guy that's supposed to have the ball on this play. He's a great runner. They want him to carry it into the end zone.
During the regular season, that's the school record for quarterbacks. And he has 2 tonight. Don't count on the stats since bowl games do not factor in. With us for the FedEx Orange Bowl from Miami. Nebraska has taken control, leading by 25. Still 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cedric Wilson ran into traffic at the 27-yard line.
Kicking them out there for you. Get better, Mom. All right, woo!
First and 10. Tennessee needs to do something, and they need to do it quickly. From the 32. 2nd and 6. A lob looking for Nash. He has it. And he's across midfield. Erwin Sweeney made the tackle. They had one-on-one coverage.
Peyton Manning here under rush. They got him on that knee a little bit.
Jay Foreman hit him after the ball was gone. Jamal Lewis off right tackle, found the hole. 3.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Manning throws, caught again by Nash. No, incomplete now, say the officials, and slipped. And that might have hurt his chances of catching it. Manning throws short of Jermaine Copeland. Now it's fourth down.
He has been quiet in the first half, but he's starting to turn it up, and he's a guy that just gives you great second effort all the time.
They cling to hopes of a comeback. 4th and 4, blitz, caught, first down. He had the forward progress beyond the marker as Eric Warfield put the collar on Jermaine Copeland. Clock down to 3 minutes and change remaining in the third quarter. Lewis close to another first down. He had one man to beat, and he was gone. Instead, it's a gain of 9. He has 67 yards rushing tonight on 13 carries. He gets the handoff again, burst through the hole, ran into his own man, and that might have prevented a touchdown. Instead, he's down at the 5-yard line. Manning looking in the end zone, running out of time, throws, touchdown! Peerless Price with the reception for the Tennessee score.
Sean, it's amazing. I didn't think he was healthy for the ball game, but he clearly is.
Out of the shotgun, the try for 2. He throws, incomplete. We're in this game. This is their 4th appearance in the Orange Bowl overall. They're 1-2 coming into this one. Good kickoff by Jeff Hall with the wind, and Chevin Wiggins had to down it. Frost hands off. Amon Green. Terry Fair in pursuit at the 40. And Fair took him down at the 32-yard line. 47 more for Green.
Number 67, the left guard, he'll come down and crush the Tennessee nose guard. That creates a huge opening in the defense that allows Amon Green to get through it. The Nebraska offensive line has really come to play in the second half.
The veteran group, they'll lose 6 of their top 7 offensive linemen to graduation, so that'll be the first major challenge for Frank Solich.
And Aaron Taylor, 67, the left guard, along with Fred Pollock, 73. They run again to the left.
And Green is close to another first down. Certainly one of the best teams in the nation. And Nebraska is starting to take firm control. Something Michigan never did yesterday. Touchdown, Amon Green. Flag down at the 3-yard line. And it is a touchdown, says Terry McCauley.
Number 45, the fullback. He'll be way out in the corner. Frost comes down, pitches. Watch 45, the lead blocker. He gets the Tennessee man down that allows that crease to open up for Amon Green.
Chris Brown adds another extra point. Akavika, nothing that would keep him out of this game.
Well, and he just won't come out of a football game. They say if they do get him out, he'll rest a play or two, and he'll want right back onto the field. And I think you have to credit the wide receivers of Nebraska. They're doing a great job downfield. Number 14, Lance Brown.
About $750,000 per year over the course of that contract.
Oh, it's amazing what's happened to contracts in college football.
Said that as if you might ponder going back.
No.
Darden out to the 30-yard line. He would be a fully beloved figure in the state of Tennessee. Lewis tackled from behind by Jason Keenachip. End of 3, 35-9 Nebraska. We'll return to the FedEx Orange Bowl after this message and a word from your local station. Tom Osborne and Peyton Manning, each in his final game at his respective university. Manning throws very short,
as they did in the first half.
Nebraska 227 yards rushing in the third quarter. Jamal Lewis chopped down short of a first down, about a yard short. Goes back to the 22-yard line with Chevin Wiggins waiting for the punt from Chris Hogue. Another Nose up spiral, a beauty again. Shevin Wiggins from the 20, straight up the middle and down to the 28-yard line. And in the Tennessee seating areas as well, you make that observation because a lot of the Volunteer fans have left. Jay Sims in at I-back. And as was mentioned before the game, the biggest reason Tom Osborne wanted to step aside now was his family. He admits that his wife Nancy more or less raised their children by herself. She was putting in 17-hour days coaching football. Sheldon Jackson. Well, Mike is hoping he can turn his dad into a golfer. Tom Osborne prefers fishing in his rare free moments. Frost, the keeper, he was booed, and he bristled at that, spoke out against it. Now he has been embraced, but you get the sense talking to him, he still remembers the boos too.
Well,
He was the backup to Steve Stenstrom for 2 years at Stanford, 2 losing seasons. He wanted to go back where he knew he would play on a winning team and be a key member. Frost close to another first down at the Tennessee 37-yard line. Nice blocking by Jeff Lake.
boy, they do a tremendous job on the perimeter with those blocks. Scott Frost running the option to perfection. He loves to keep the ball and hit the crease in the defense. The Big Red Machine right now is starting to roll.
What was interesting about Frost's decision to go to Stanford, too, is that he has a lengthy family history at the University of Nebraska. Both parents were athletes at the State University. His dad, Larry, was a football player. His mother, Carol, a track athlete. Mother Carol won the discus in the Pan Am Games in '67, went on to the '68 Olympics. And the defensive ends. And the other day, when most of the mothers of the Nebraska players went to the Seaquarium here in Miami, Mrs. Frost said she'd rather stay in the hotel and watch the NFL playoff game.
He has the ball in his hands. He's following Amon Green, the tailback here. This is a design keep. Amon Green blocks the linebacker, and there's a hole in the defense for Frost. And he's like having another tailback in the backfield. He's got it all, except he's not a great thrower.
Has an awkward motion, which undoubtedly Bill Walsh,
who had a wonderful pro career. That's who he looks like.
On 4th and 1, Frost. The pitch to Green, and it's a loose ball. Leonard Little ran by it. Now it's picked up, and you cannot advance that pitch. But Darwin Walker recovered, and didn't really matter. And the coaches, Frost, upset about an opportunity gone awry. Nebraska takes over. 9:14 remaining. Manning's pass incomplete.
Family, we've had a wonderful time. Take a short break for the play.
And as a light rain begins to fall, Manning's pass to Lewis.
This year, and they won a championship, and I'm glad he stayed. He is too. We're proud of him. Archie, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the ball game.
Manning coming along. Peyton's younger brother Eli is a high school quarterback, a junior in New Orleans. Some say at that stage of his development, he's better as a junior in high school than Peyton Manning was, and if that's the case, it's a frightening prospect. But Eli already very highly recruited.
Everything. I can't imagine having a more complete player and person than this guy is.
You can't carry yourself as a college athlete with any more class or dignity, grace than Peyton Manning has. And Amon Green has a chance at the Orange Bowl record for rushing yards in a game. 205 is the record. They give it to Amon Green. And he's to the 35 for a gain of 1 on CBS. Newcomb takes the pitch. He can fly. He's still flying. Flag down to the secondary. Newcomb inside the 25 and down to the 16. An important flag, perhaps, for Nebraska and for Michigan, because you wonder, Terry, if people look at comparative scores.
He hustles down the field after trying to make his block, and on the pitch play, Bobby Newcomb comes down the sideline, and Anderson, right in the back there, pushing in the back, gets called and brings that play back.
Huskers at their own 38. Frost, the pitch to Green, running room in the corner. He's into Tennessee territory, down at the 47-yard line.
You know what's interesting too, Sean?
Makovica dancing through traffic. Look at Frost hustling downfield to throw a block. Torrey Noel made the tackle with a 37, first down.
Tennessee played tremendous defense in the first half, but now that powerful offensive line and that relentless attack by the Big Red players have left the game.
Jay Sims back in at I-back. Here he goes. Almost went the distance. Dion Grant might be changing the play. 5 on the play clock. There's Buckhalter. Fresh legs driving down inside the 15-yard line. Other than that, they didn't do much.
Sean, the offense is overpowering. It might be easier to stop the Big Red Army of China than the Big Red Army of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Green needs a yard to tie the record. That looks like a gain of 2. Jonathan Brown made the stop. That is a 2-yard gain officially for Green, and he now has the Orange Bowl record for rushing yards in a game, 206 on 29 carries, breaking the mark set by Roland Sales of Arkansas against Oklahoma in the 1978 Orange Bowl. Makovica inside the 10, fumble, and it's still free. And you wonder, not to overly dramatize the point, if that could be a national championship saving recovery.
Team as powerful as this one, they just don't. Michigan certainly has a top-ranked defense, the best defense in the country.
Bruff scores another touchdown. His 3rd of the night.
Up a notch here in the second half. It's the fake to the fullback, follow the tailback. It's a design keeper. They've run it about 8 times tonight. That's what Scott Frost has responded with in the second half.
Chris Brown added the extra point. 42-9 Nebraska. Good kick with the wind. Wilson. It's a touchback. And it looks like Peyton Manning's career at Tennessee is over.
Not a lot of Tennessee fans left here, John.
Handoff up the middle. Travis Stevens, a true freshman, taking the handoff.
And you know he hates ending his career like this. He's such a fierce competitor.
Martin over the middle to Sean Bryson.
Probably as he would have wished, but that's life, and you learn something there too. That's all part of the experience, and he talked about the experience. That's why he came back. He wanted to continue with his college education. And
whichever team is not the national championship is going to feel that it is shortchanged with good reason. But here's the statistical comparison. Our crew, I don't think, was overly generous in awarding Nebraska a victory in this game. Nice throw by Martin. And Andy McCullough's running free in the secondary. Where Nebraska, out of the league, went out and played a very good Washington team in Seattle, as you know, one of the toughest places in the nation to play, and won easily.
Well, I think Austin, Joel Makovica, and those guys, they did everything they were asked to do.
Yes, they did. Martin lost his helmet, and he is sacked, and there is a flag thrown in the secondary. Chevrolet will donate $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need.
Sean, I have my own personal beliefs, and I really think that the national championship should be shared by these two teams. That's just what I believe. I remember in '90, Colorado, Georgia Tech, they shared it.
I agree with you, by the way.
91.
I'm just saying,
I know you
for
do.
those who awarded the thing to Michigan after they won yesterday, that really shortchanges this Nebraska team.
Championship is such a special thing to players and coaches. It means so much.
Team Martin can really run. He's inside the 5. First and goal from the 3. T. Martin into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Andy McCullough. Manning drives the Volunteers down the field, and now the try for 2. Martin was 4 for 4 on that drive. He swings it out, and there's the 2-point conversion for Travis Stevens. The true. Well, they're all set. Onside kick, recovered, but he was out of bounds, it seemed, from here. And the legacy of Tom Osborne.
Here we go.
There, ooh, another bath added to that legacy. And a hug from Jason Peter. And you can say what you want about the decisions he's made relative to some players over the years, but by and large, the vast majority of Nebraska players have been outstanding in the classroom, outstanding in the community. Clearly one of the great coaches of all time. And he's 20 seconds away from the career-ending victory. Only fitting that it would end with a victory and perhaps a national championship for Tom Osborne. He leaves us with 255 wins. And not a happy ending for Peyton Manning as he heads toward the NFL. Tom Osborne heads for a fishing pole. Nebraska, a winner. 42-17 the final. As the Cornhuskers close out the 9th undefeated and untied season in the history of Nebraska football. Stay with us for the College Football Today Ford Division postgame show coming up right after this word from your local station.
On behalf of the Orange Bowl Committee and all the people of Miami, congratulations to the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and especially to Dr. Tom Osborne. Thank you very much.
And in presenting this, Tom, I think the best part is that maybe tomorrow there'll be another trophy you can get as well. Congratulations. You want to hand it to somebody, Steve?
A decisive win, to say the least. And given that and all of the other circumstances, what are your thoughts tonight on the national championship picture?
Well, I'm very proud of our team. I think we did all we could. We won 13, and that's all we played. And so I'm very proud of these guys. I thought they played a great game.
This is the last game for you. In 25 years at Nebraska, you've coached your last game. How much of that has sunk in so far?
Well, it's a kind of a bittersweet moment. Very proud of the players. Have great appreciation for our coaching staff. Most of what's happened has been due to their efforts and the players. We have great fans. I want to thank them for being here. So it's a great night for Nebraska.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Michelle.
I'm joined now by Scott Frost, the quarterback of tonight's winning Nebraska Huskers. What a game. Just describe the feeling at this point and also your thoughts on the national championship picture.
Well, it feels great. I'm so proud of this team, and I'm just so proud to have had a chance to play for Coach Osborne. And I just want to say this about the national championship. You know, if all the pollsters honestly think, after watching the Rose Bowl and watching the Orange Bowl, that Michigan could beat Nebraska, go ahead and vote Michigan by all means. But let me finish. I don't think there's anybody out there that with a clear conscience can say that Nebraska, and especially Tom Osborne, that great man, doesn't deserve a national championship for this. At least a share.
Scott Frost has made his case. Nebraska seems to have made theirs. Let's send it back now to Jim Nance.
Yes, indeed, Michelle. An urgent plea from Scott Frost. And there was a lot of Frost in the end zones tonight here. 3 touchdowns by the quarterback, but Amon Green, 206 yards on the ground, leading the way for the Huskers. Back with Phil Fulmer in just a moment.